Hello, I'm Niko from ScriptRunner, and in this video I'm going to show you how to reuse and organize code in ScriptRunner. We're going to use Script Manager, which allows you to create scripts and organize them in folders, and later on allows you to reuse them in other ScriptRunner features. So let's have a look at creating our first script. We click the Add Script button, and as we can see, we're getting prepared to create our first Groovy script. We already have the Groovy extension, and we have a tooltip showing us the naming convention. We are using the Groovy naming convention. Okay, so in here we can use happy the same as we can in other code editors around ScriptRunner. Let's provide our JQL query. We're going to get all these issues and take their summaries. And just like that, we have created our first reusable script. Now, we've got several options on how to reuse scripts, and I'm going to show you all of them. One of them is to import these scripts directly into the script console or any other feature. Another option is to select the script using our new button on the code editors, which you will notice in the top right corner. That allows you to browse around and see all your existing Script Manager scripts and selecting them. So let's use this function for now. We can do that. As we click the load button, the code is loaded. It shows us in the editor the contents of the script, but as we can see, it's grayed out, which means we aren't writing any code at the moment. But you can see the results are clear. Another way to reuse this script is to just import it and run it here on the code editor. To do that, we can use Groovy's feature for importing scripts. Now we can run this code. As you can see, we get the same result. Okay, now let's have a look at some better organization of our code. Now we can start organizing our code more like a Groovy code base. So let's create a folder that will host our first package. Inside here, we're going to create a reusable class. Since this is going to be a reusable class, we have to define its package, which has to match the folder structure where the file is contained. Okay, now we can define a method. And since we're here, let's define one more method that will return the descriptions. Okay, so now this is our reusable class that we're going to use in another script. Let's go back to Script Console. Now we have this blank code that we want to write a new script on. So to help us, ScriptRunner is going to offer us some useful auto-completion. As you can see, as soon as I start typing and I ask for suggestion using the command space or control space shortcut, I get suggestions for which classes match these first characters I've entered. I'm selecting the new class I created in Script Manager, and a couple of things happen immediately. We get some code written for us directly on the input, and also, more importantly, we're getting the import statement with the correct package structure and the class name. So now all we have to do is provide our parameter. At this point, I've got a reusable code that I can just invoke in my script. Now, let's try and reuse this code in another ScriptRunner feature like a script listener. We have already started writing something similar in this one, so let's replace it with that. And in here, we want to make this dynamic because we want our script listeners to be reusable times and times again. So let's do this. We know that we want to use this script on issue created event. So in ScriptRunner, the issue created event comes with a binding variable that will carry the issue key. Okay, and now I can use this. Now I've got all the work items. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this issue, I'm going to write a comment. So we're going to take all of the summaries and print them over here. Let's save this code. Now remember, this is the name of our script, and we're going to go and create a script listener with it. Okay, we've got a name for our script listener. We're going to use it on the issue created event. Now, instead of writing the code inline or directly in the editor, we can go and load that code from Script Manager. As you can see, we can browse around for our code and we can select the script that we are after. Now, similarly to the script console, the code editor is grayed out, and this is to suggest that we are working with a script from Script Manager instead of inline script that we have just written here. Conveniently, this helps us to understand what code is about to be run and have a final look before we save it. Okay, now we've created our script listener and let's test it. I will create a new issue. Here's our comment, and as you can see, Script Manager's script was executed correctly on the script listener event. These are the new ways you can reuse code in ScriptRunner using Script Manager. Thank you for watching and happy coding!